Hey guys, this is Elon from Inside Fighting. And if you watched the presidential debate and are in the mood for something else that's completely insane, I've got a great video for you today. Stay tuned. This video is on the low kick championships.
Pow pow, inside fighting, yeah, dangerous martial arts. Pow pow, ooh ah.
All right, as always, before I get started, if you would like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. But more importantly, go to InsideFightingStore.com. Check out my instructionals and cool merch. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. Good instructionals. I'll post some B-roll footage of it right here. There we go. And by the way, if you buy an instructional and you don't like it, I'll refund you. How's that for a deal? Okay, I was joking about politics. I'm not getting political here, so don't worry about that, folks. This is a channel dedicated to the love of martial arts. And on that note, I found something that kind of blew me away a little bit. I've watched Power Slap before, and I'm not a Power Slap fan. I find Power Slap to be the most ridiculous thing in the world. I don't even consider it to be a martial art. I consider it to be the perfect pathway to CTE and brain damage. There's no logic behind it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even prove you're a tough guy. So for me, that's always been just kind of a weird thing for Dana White to pick up when he could have picked up, bare knuckle fighting, anything. Could have picked up, karate combat. There were so many options out there for him. But no, he went with Power Slap. Well, in the evolution of craziness in martial arts, I found something truly astonishing. The low kick championships. I'm going to pull this up right here. We're going to look at this together. There's going to be a little bit of volume in the background. Why not? We don't even really need that much volume. We'll keep it really low because there's nothing really said. They kind of give the background of the person. What's cool here is they do style versus style. Oh, and they're in Valencia, Spain. Guys, if you're a Kyokushin guy, you're going to love this video because 90% of the guys here are Kyokushin guys, which is no surprise. You have kickboxers, Muay Thai guys, K1 fighters, and Kyokushin guys. You even have an MMA guy in the mix. He just kind of plopped in. Nobody knows where he came from. But if there was a sport that Kyokushin would create, it would be two dudes standing in front of each other and low kicking each other full force, because that's what 90% of the training is anyway. And this kind of cheats and highlights that entirely. So let's just watch now with some volume. Kyokushin guy on the left, obviously, in the deep. Other guy's a kickboxer. Damn. This is so crazy to me. I mean, I also find the production value to be pretty nice, and slow motion and everything, but it's just so random the way they cut to different angles. It's just two dudes who are standing in front of each other, laying into each other's legs, full force. This is me on a drunk Saturday night with my martial arts buddies. And I'm actually very surprised how many kicks both of these guys are taking. He's done. That was all it took. Beautiful, beautiful camaraderie. Do we want to jump ahead? What I will say is this is an interesting demonstration of toughness, conditioning, and power, because you both have to give and take. There's some things I noticed watching this, that Kyokushin guys kick very differently than other guys. And again, I've trained Kyokushin. I'm always being corrected. I started off in Muay Thai, so I'll always keep a little bit of that Thai element. Something I want to say is, among the Thai guys I've trained with, is there's always this idea that, and I'm going to make myself a little bigger here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's always this idea in Muay Thai that we have the hardest kicks, we're the most conditioned. And it was only when I went into Kyokushin that I was like, oh man, these Kyokushin guys have the hardest conditioning I've ever felt when it comes to being kicked and punched in the body. It's just so much time is dedicated to it. And so this is where they're really going to shine. Let me fast forward a little bit here so we don't need to. I'm going to jump to the next guy. Here we go. This is the MMA guy, if I remember correctly. He really looks like a Muay Thai fighter, just based on his, overall vibe. Cool music in the background, guys. Cool music. Hey, and thanks if you're watching for our first watch party. And shout out to Low Kick Championship, by the
Y en la
way.
esquina roja, desde KSK, Karate Sabadell Kyokushin.
Another Kyokushin guy.
En Kyokushin, el sensei de esta escuela, Iván López.
The walkouts, slow motion walkouts. I mean, I'd actually oddly like to do this one day. I just really got to condition my body. And in case you guys don't know, I just recently tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus. I have fractures in my knee. And what's most fascinating is my knee is stable and I'm training. I'm not doing the surgery. So positive note on that. So on a negative note, I'm definitely not going to be doing the low kick championship with my knee the way it is. But look, this is the most interesting one. Look at the difference in how they kick. Look at the difference in how they kick. Here we got a guy who's about to kick. Very traditional kind of what you would see in a kickboxing, Muay Thai kind of background. Turns his hip in. The Kyokushin guy, on the other hand, this caught me off guard, is dropping his weight down as he kicks and putting his weight forward. Now, not ideal in a real fight because, as you can see, come right into elbow range or clinch range. But look at the power it generates. Fight's over. He's getting his head rubbed, little Buddha rub on the head. He's done. No shame in that. You're still a man. But it was because of the way he kicked. He put all his weight forward and carried it through. This is an interesting case study in how to generate as much force as possible in a kick, and also how to defend a kick without lifting your shin as much as possible, because there's slight differences. He didn't lean in as much as the Kyokushin guy does on the kick. Just think. By the way, does that feel like porn music in the back, like 80s porn music? Forgive me, for I have sinned. Fast forwarding. Let's rewind here a little bit. I think this is a kickboxer.
Menos de 70 kilos. En la esquina azul, desde Luluba Brothers de Valencia, luchando y representando al Muay Thai, Daniel.
Oh, Muay Thai.
Cerezo.
Muay Thai. He's representing Muay Thai. So here we got Muay Thai. Getting ready, bro.
Y en la esquina roja, desde el TEAM Asenov de Palma de Mallorca, luchador de K1 profesional, Alex González.
Okay, so this guy's a pro K1 fighter, which is, those guys are tough. And you kind of see in his intensity as he comes out. And the Kyokushin guys have this too. You can kind of tell in the intensity, I think, who's going to do well and who's not. Spoiler alert. There's just something about some guys that you're like, the look in their eye, you're like, this guy's not going to give up. He's going to die in there if he has to. But let me know in the comment section below, do you think this is cooler than Power Slap? This is, to me, oh, what a nice kick. That was like, if you're going to throw a classic, perfect low kick, traditional low kick, that's what it looks like. And he kind of reminds me, the other guy, of throwing it from like Kung Po and Bloodsport. He kind of throws it, he doesn't turn his hip in as much and bounce it off. He kind of throws it straight, like the K1 fighter is really turning his hip in and bringing it from up to down. You see the difference in power generation? Look at this, look, up to down, bam, up to down. And the leg kind of hangs after the kick versus him. He's coming right up into it. I think he's done. Is he going to throw another one? The guy's telling him to. Let's see. Yeah, you see? Doesn't lift his hip up and drop it. Just comes straight in. Again, here, we're going to look at the difference. Excellent case study on low kicks. Oh, what a beautiful kick. What a beautiful kick. I'm sure that this is now done. Is he going again? That'll be impressive. No, he's done. He's done. Look at his leg welted. That's a crazy welt on that leg. In isolation, events like this. Oh, he went for another one. There's no way now. Is going to get dead legged? The nerve's already busted. I know what this feels like. This has happened to me. And once the leg starts giving, I mean, there's just such different power generation between the two of them. If you're learning how to leg kick, watch this, rewatch it, watch the guys who win. Watch the guys who win and watch why. This is actually incredible case study for any martial artist who wants to be better at leg kicking. Just watch the power generation tactics behind each guy. He's done. That was me going big there for a second, folks. I don't know why they're letting it drag, but clearly he's done here. I'm certain of it. Yeah, he's done. All right. We don't need to watch them get their little medals. Congratulations, folks.
Vamos al siguiente combate en la categoría de menos de 70 kilos. En la esquina azul, desde la Escuela de Combate en Valencia, luchador de
MMA fighter. There we go. That looks like a grappler. Interesting.
Y en la esquina roja, desde Karate Sabadell Kyokushin KSK.
I'm telling you, Kyokushin guys put on this tournament. I don't buy it. This guy. You'd see this guy on the street and think that he's a punk. You'd be like, I could whoop this guy's butt. And then he's going to throw one leg kick at you and tear your leg apart. Terrible. Never underestimate people. You know what I mean? Like, you could look very weak and be very, very tough. Way taller. Same weight. Or almost the same. Here's a question for you guys. Do you feel that height, whether short or tall, if you're the same weight, same type of kick as the other Kyokushin guy, puts his weight forward and drops it down. Beautiful. Look at that. He's stepping into the kick. It's like a forward step. Versus the MMA guy who's throwing it like a traditional kick. It wasn't nice, but there's just a different. It sits on the quad, man. Imagine they were allowed to do calf kicks. That would be devastating. How much faster would this end? Nice kick, but it's just bouncing off. Versus the Kyokushin guy, the kick sits on the leg. So I get excited over this stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying this. And these guys, both tough. He's taking these kicks from the Kyokushin guy, which I can guarantee you are harder kicks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not fun. Another thing that I will tell you is I haven't seen any. See how you just kind of dropped into that kick. Another thing about the Kyokushin guys is they never give away any pain. They never show it. They're never willing. And that's part of training. I've been through that. And anytime you get like dropped in Kyokushin or anytime you're hurt, you get yelled at by like 20 people because you've been sparring for like 40 minutes. You just get yelled at and bombarded with don't show weakness. And like keep your hands up, stay strong, which is what any good school should do. It's not a Kyokushin exclusive thing, but it's a real part of the training in any dojo in Kyokushin versus you find watered down schools of other styles. Oh. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. So here's my question, because I was asking and then I got carried away. Do you think that height, whether taller or shorter, makes you kick harder to the leg specifically? Right? Do you think it's an advantage for leg kicking to be taller or shorter? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm actually curious what people think. Obviously, this guy on the left is taller. I don't think that's why he won. I'm also not going to say what I think because I don't want to skew anyone's opinion. But I'm curious. There's always these debates about how height helps you in a fight. You know, when it comes to punching, guys like Mike Tyson on the inside proved you can be the smaller guy, but if you're on the inside and you're moving forward and generating a lot of hip movement and hip torsion, that you can be the more devastating, more powerful guy. In fact, you see that consistently. There's guys like John Lineker, even Raymond Deckers back in the day was a smaller fighter, was so powerful. I think there are advantages to being the shorter guy sometimes. Even Volkanovski for a very long time was obviously the shorter fighter in most fights. I think now we got two Kyokushin guys. Is that what this is?
Pasamos al siguiente combate de la velada.
Another question for you folks. Will you always bet on the guy with the shaved head just blindly because they have a shaved head and therefore are tougher? This dude looks tough to me. Looks like a nice guy, but a tough guy. He looks like the kind of guy who's not going to go start a fight, but he'll end a fight. That's my notes. There we go. You know what I mean? Like he's Jean-Claude Van Damme's brother in Bloodsport 3, and he's avenging that Jean-Claude Van Damme was put in jail and then killed by Tong Po. That's who this guy is on the right. Interesting, the final fight is Kyokushin versus Kyokushin because Kyokushin's been dominating. I'd like to see that K1 guy come back and fight a Kyokushin guy. That would be awesome. And how about that presidential debate? Wink, wink. Oh dear, America, how much I love you as a country. How crazy we've become. Is this the last one? Because they're going shirtless. Well, I think we know who's going to win this one. We just figured it out based on who has 14 more abs than the other person. Why take off the first guy who took off his shirt? Why do that when you're fighting a guy who's 40 times more jacked than you? That's the worst thing you can do. You know, like I'm not going into the ring against GSP and taking off my shirt. I'm just not doing it. It's demoralizing. Oh, yeah. Good kick. I don't see him winning this one. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he threw that hard. But the other guy defended well. They're kicking actually very similar to each other. This is the first one where the body mechanics are similar. They bonded over being shirtless. Very interesting. Oh, Jesus. But again, I always hear Kyokushin guys kick just like Muay Thai guys. They got their low kick from Muay Thai. You clearly see here, that is not a Muay Thai low kick. It's functionally different. I'm going back to the gym, all right? So how about them apples? This will be the last one right here.
Desde Templo Marcial Castellón, artista multidisciplinar con base en Kyokushin, Pedro.
Kyokushin versus Kyokushin again.
Naranjo.
Guys, I'm sorry I talk about Kyokushin so much. I don't know what my deal is. I just think it's cool. I think Ashihara's cool, like Enshin's cool. Oddly, given the opportunity to train Ashihara or Kudo, I would still train something like Ashihara or Enshin because I don't like the giant helmets. I'm anti-helmet. I'm bigoted toward helmets. So go report me to YouTube. See if I care.
Se vuelve a subir al tatami para enfrentarlo en la esquina roja. Desde Antaray Training in San Juan de Espí.
Spain and Europe in general, I would say, have tough karate guys. The karate in Europe is just different. And I know this because we had European Kyokushin guys come to the school, and they were a different breed. And I like that. This guy looks identical to the first guy who fought. Which would be weird if it's the same guy. David Ronan. It's a cool name. Let's see who wins this one. Always bet your money on the older dude. Nice kick. Very karate-like. That guy's just sledgehammering his leg. Which, again, it's like he's full of sledgehammering. He's like, doesn't even look like how I would expect someone to kick. Oh. This is literally the scene from Bloodsport where they're trading kicks and Jean-Claude Van Damme keeps hitting his rib and he's like, come on! Come on! Against the Muay Thai guy. Anybody remember that reference? Damn. Hey guys, by the way, show a little bit of love to Low Kick Championship and go give them a like and a comment. Why not? They put on this event, which is the most random event in the world. that no rational human being would ever consider doing or thinking about even putting on. And yet here we are. This is like the next thing that's going to come out is literally people just doing full force punches in the arm like when we were kids and turning it into an event. Whoever uses that owes me money now. Oh, these guys have given each other 45 low kicks. This is never ending. Oh yeah, it's ending. That's the big giveaway. When someone starts letting their leg, they take their weight off their leg. That's how you know it hurts too much. Oh, he gave up. Guys, interesting event. Again, I think you could learn a lot by watching this. Completely random, completely crazy, and but a lot of fun. And what is there in this world if not fun? Like and subscribe. That's how I'm ending this. Show some love to this channel and show some love to Low Kick Championships because they matter too.